be real. Your day starts and ends with your phone. You snooze the alarm, order coffee, check the newsfeed. Apps are everywhere. They are shaping your habits, decisions, and routines. So if you got an app idea, now's your time. And if you have a thought about building your own app, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Sophia, product manager at Mulfire. And by the way of this video, you will know exactly how to go from just an idea to a real working mobile app. Even if you have zero coding skills, a limited budget, or no clue where to start. Let's dive in. Let's start with the most crucial step, refining your idea. Every successful app begins with a clear concept because having an idea isn't enough. It's about understanding the problem your app solves and who you're solving it for. So ask yourself, what value will my app provide? Why would people use it? The more specific you can be, the better. Once you nail the problem, it's time to market research. Trust me, this part is crucial. You need to understand your audience inside and out. Who are they? What are their pain points? And here's the secret. Talk to your potential users. And yeah, I'm talking about real conversation. Get their feedback. Does your idea resonate with them? Do they actually care about this problem? Validate it before you go any further because it will help you to avoid wasting time and money on something no one actually wants. Next, you need to dive deep into market demand. You got to understand what your audience truly needs and if they are willing to pay for a solution. Head to social media, look at forums, and see what your target audience is saying. Look for trends, complaints, and unmet needs. The better you understand the market, the stronger your app idea will be. And let's talk about your competitors. Look at apps that offer similar solution. What they are doing well, what could be better, and here's the pro tip. Check the App Store reviews of those apps. Users are brutally honest and they'll tell you exactly what they like or don't like. Sometimes the best ideas come from simple frustration user experience with other apps. So don't ignore what they are saying. Market research is crucial. It is what ensures you are building and spending money onto something that people actually want. At Mulfara, we always explain that building an app isn't just about coding. It's about testing ideas and learning fast. A well-planned approach at this stage will validate market demand and minimize wasted time and resources. So you got the idea and research done, but now you need to figure it out what to build first. It's time to define the scope of work. This is where many people make a mistake. They try to do everything at once. The key here is to focus on your MVP, the simplest version on your app that solves your user's core problem. And only that. No extra features, just what is needed to deliver real value to users. The MVP mindset is the key part of the lean startup approach because it lets you build quickly, launch sooner, and learn from real users without burning money on features no one actually needs. You don't need a perfect product, just one that works well enough to get started. Let me give you an example. We work with Sun Doctor, a telehealth aimed to connect to doctors with patients in Somalia. They had a limited budget, so instead of trying to build every possible feature under the sun, we focused on the essential ones. Browsing doctors, booking an appointment, and having a video consultation. By keeping it lean, they were able to launch faster, save money, and start solving the problem for people who really need it. So let's sum up the key tips for your MVP. List all features you eventually want your app to have. Then circle the top 1-3 features that are absolutely core to solving the main user problem. Those are your MVP features. Remember, the goal of MVP is to learn. Choose features that will let you test your concept's value proposition. You can always add more later once you have user feedback. Keep it simple. If you're torn about whether a feature is essential, it probably isn't for version 1. Save it for later. By focusing on an MVP, you adopt the build, measure, learn loop from lean startup methodology. Build a core product, measure how users respond, learn from it, and iterate. Many billion-dollar companies start as very simple MVPs, and your goal is to get the first version into user hands as quickly as possible. Even though an MVP is minimal, it should still offer a good user experience. Start with wireframing. This is where you sketch out the basic screens and how they connect. Think of it as mapping out the flow of your app. No need fancy visual yet, just layout and navigation. Next, focus on user experience. The goal is to make sure a user can go from opening the app to completing their task, like booking an appointment or buying something without any hassle. A simple user journey map can help you plan this. Then there is user interface. This is the visual side of things. Keep it simple and clear. The buttons, colors, and fonts should be easy to use, especially for non-tech users. A good rule: less is more. Prototyping is key. It helps you to build iterative model of your app, not with real code, but enough to show how it feels. You can use it to get early feedback and make sure the flow works. And remember, keep the design focused on what is in your MVP. Don't design extra features that are not using. Focus on the essential and make sure it's clear and simple. If you're not a designer, it's definitely worth working with a pro. Good design makes your app smooth to use, and there's the key even for a small MVP. Now it's time to bring it to life with development. If you know not a coder, this is where you need a team. They will choose the tech stack, like will your app be native for iOS and Android or cross-platform. They'll also set up things like servers and databases if needed. But here is the pro tip. Don't reinvent the wheel. Use existing tools, libraries, or services to save time and money. For example, if your apps need GPS navigation, you can use pre-built services like Google Maps rather than building it from scratch. During development, it's important to stay involved and do regular check-ins. Good development practice is to break the work into small sprints like 1-2 week cycles and review progress often by doing frequent demos. Make sure you have a good way to stay in touch, something like Slack, and keep up with regular updates. If you are a non-tech founder, don't worry about the code. Just focus on testing the app and giving regular feedback on how it feels. Before you release the app to the world, you need to test it. No matter how skilled the developers are, bugs and glitches can creep in. What is really important is to find them early. The best practice is to conduct tests every sprint. Let's break down the key types of testing to make sure everything works smoothly. Functional testing. Check every feature to ensure it works as expected. Does the setup work? Can user book a service without issues? Go through each feature and confirm they are functional. Usability testing. Get someone unfamiliar with the app and try it out to see if they get stuck. Performance testing. Does it load quickly? Are there any lags issues? This helps ensure the app is responsive for your user. Compatibility testing. Test the app on both iOS and Android and on different devices. Layouts can look different depending on the devices, so make sure it's consistent across the board. Edge cases. Test for unusual situations like what happens if there is no internet or if user enter weird data. These scenarios can cause crashes if not handled properly. A beta test is also a great idea. Release it to a small group of real users to get their feedback and catch any issues you miss. This attention to quality is one way a professional team saves your headaches and money long term. It's cheaper and easier to fix issues before release than to scramble later when users are complaining publicly. And now it's time to big moment. Publishing your app to the world. First, set up your developer account. Apple charges an annual fee of $99 and Google has one-time fee of $25. These accounts let you submit your app. It can take a few days to get approved, so plan ahead. Next, you'll need to prepare your App Store listing. That means pick a catchy, searchable name that stands out. Write a clear, engaging description of your app's value. Screenshots and app review are the first thing users see, so make them high quality. Choose the right category and add keywords to improve discoverability. And here is the pro tip. Think about App Store optimization. It's like a SEO for apps. Use relevant keywords in your app's title and description to help you rank higher and get noticed by early users. Once your listing is ready, submit your app for review. The App Store review team will check if everything working as it should, with no crashes and with no issues. It can take a few days or more, and sometimes your app might get rejected. But don't worry, that's a part of the process. An experienced team can help you to meet all the guidelines to get approval faster. And while you're waiting for approval, start preparing for launch day. Create some buzz by posting teasers on social media, setting up an emails list, or using a platform like Product Hunt to get early interest. And if you got beta users, ask them to help spread the word. Launching can be stressful for first-timers, but having an experienced team helps. Professional developers are familiar with the App Store rules and queues, so they can ensure your app meets all requirements for approval. For example, we at Mofire have launched over 100 apps, so we know how to avoid common pitfalls that cause rejection or delays. And remember, launch is not the finish line. It's the start of your app's life in the real world. After launch, it's easy to breathe a sigh of relief and think the job's done. But the truth is, the real work begins after launch. This is when you start to grow and refine your product based on real user feedback. It's a key part of the lean startup approach, continuous improvement. Pay attention to reviews, track user data, and analyze user behavior. Which features are most popular, where the user drop off, what do they love, and what frustrated them. Use this information to keep improving your app. And don't forget marketing. Keep acquiring users. Work with influencers, pitch blogs, offer incentives to early adopters. The key takeaway for this step, treat your app as a living product. This is how good startups turn an MVP into a full-feature product, and maybe one day into a market leader. You might be wondering if you really need a development partner. Can't you just hire a few freelancers or do it yourself? Sure, but here is the thing. Working with an experienced team can massively increase your chances of success. Let's start with speed. A pro team knows how to move fast. At Untitled, we deliver MVPs in weeks weeks, not months. This means you can launch quickly, grab opportunities, and get ahead of competitors. And it's not just about speed, it's also about cost efficiency. A professional team like ours avoid costly mistakes, use the right tools, and help you build the app smarter, saving your time and money. For example, we help some doctor build their app about 1/5 of usual market cost. Most importantly, you get quality and reliability. A good app is about smooth performance and happy users. With a professional team, you are building something that works from day one. No bugs, no crashes, just a solid product that people want to use. So if you want to launch your app on time, on budget, and ensure it has a right foundation for growth, working with a professional team is the best way forward. Building a mobile app may seem complex, but with the right approach, it's absolutely achievable, even if you're not technical. By breaking the process into clear steps, focusing on an MVP, and iterating based on real feedback, you follow a proven path that many successful Silicon Valley startups have taken. Remember, to stay user-focused, always come back to the problem you are solving and the feedback from your audience. If you have made it this far, congratulations. You already have all the most people dreaming about their own app. Now it's your turn. Some of today's most loved apps start exactly where you are right now. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. Check the links below to follow us on social media for more tips and updates. And if you're ready to take your startup to the next level, visit Malfario. We will help you build fast and smart. Catch you next time.